Okay, let's go on to the tight end position. We got our boy Zach Ertz from the Philadelphia Eagles, goes to the Arizona Cardinals, has not a big game, but a big play for the Cardinals in week 7. So I'm not mad at it. I mean, he jumped right in there and he's getting, targeted. It's not a bad play if he could go grab Zach Ertz. What's his roster percentage?
Let me check this. He's more owned than not. I think he's only like 35% available. But like I said, that's 1 in every 3 leagues he's out there on the waiver wire. And for the position, especially the tight end position, of how thin and rare it is. I mean, if you go to the waiver wire in some leagues, it's just a dumpster fire of players trying to find a good tight end to get into your offense here. But we talked about Ertz. A couple weeks when he was still on the Eagles, when Goddard missed due to COVID, we said, hey, go get this guy. You could definitely play him for at least this week. So if you went out and got him, you started him that week, he got you a touchdown, and then you had him on your team, and then he gets traded, you started him again, puts up another good game for you here. He gets you 3 catches, 66 yards. Yeah. And, obviously, I say it all the time, I'm big on, if you trade for somebody, you go sign someone in free agency, it's because you want to utilize that guy. You're not trading for a guy to have him sit on the bench and not do anything for your team. So the only knock on Ertz is that there's just so many mouths to feed there. D-Hop, A.J. Green, Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore, Ertz. You got Chase Edmonds out of the backfield.
James Conner.
So, it's just so many mouths to feed. A positive, they're the best team in the NFL right now. They're 7-0. So I think that's
hold up.
Yeah.
Reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if he's there, definitely freaking play him because they're good. All right, let's go on to CJ Uzomah. Hello there. Hey, listen, right now, I know we talk about him a lot, but UNDERDOG Fantasy, it has a really good deal right now. It's a player pick'em app. It's a DFS app. It's very similar to DraftKings or FanDuel, but this is better. It's brand new, very easy to use interface. But if you download the app right now and use promo code AVG, they used to hook up with $10 with your first deposit. Right now, they're matching you up to $100. So if you put $100 in the app right now on your first deposit, you will get an extra $100 to play around with. They got player pick'ems. You can even do a private match inside UNDERDOG Fantasy. It's pretty dope. So you can challenge people and whatnot. You don't have to maintain a team for all year. So you can just draft your team, play that week, draft the next team next week. You could do it daily in a Thursday night game as well. So go check it out. Tons of prizes. Free $100. Come on, sign up. It's the best. And use promo code AVG. Now back to your video. Okay. I'm kind of lost for words on this guy because we told you to play him a couple weeks ago. I think he finished as the tight end 1, actually.
did we tell him to play him? I don't think I would ever tell anyone to play CJ Uzomah.
No, I said it.
Oh, did you say it? Nice.
I said it. Maybe it was on the waiver wire ad. It was when they were out players. A couple weeks ago is when they were out, like T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. And he had an okay game. But anyways, CJ Uzomah, obviously, what's it called? He had the 2 touchdowns on some big plays. What do you make of this? Because the Bengals put up 41 points, and they don't usually do that. I mean, to me, I don't think it's going to happen every week, especially with all these wide receivers that are there. I don't know, though.
Yeah, I don't like it. Good for him. Good for him. And if you started CJ, who's your mama? Good for you and your mama. But yeah, I mean, he's had 2 games where he's gotten you 24 and 26 points, 90 yards and 2 touchdowns in both those games. But the targets just aren't there. I mean, 2, 1, 6, 2, 3, and 3. I mean, that is not the target volume you want to see for the tight end position. You're basically banking on him catching a long touchdown or just getting a touchdown in general. I mean, I don't like it. Good for him. If you have him, good for you. If you want to gamble on him, that he can get you these boom games where he gets you 3 catches on 3 targets for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, the odds of that happening on a consistent basis are very minimal.
The only thing is, I mean, he is on 83% of snaps. I don't know. I'm just not super excited about it. But I mean, if you want to go grab him, I understand.
Yeah. I mean, Darren Waller had
points.
More targets in week 1 than he does the whole year.
You're chasing points is the thing that when you go and pick up a guy like CJ Uzomah, you're chasing points. You're not really looking into the amount of targets and things like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, let's go on to Logan Thomas. Is our boy coming back? Logan Thomas. No more Ricky Seals.
So yeah, this is more of a grab and stash, or just keep an eye on it. Obviously goes out week 4 with the hamstring injury, and then he was placed on IR, so he's missed the last 3 games. This week they're going to be at Denver, and then they're on a bye. So there's a good probability. I mean, if I'm an NFL franchise, I'm just, hey, guy's got a hamstring injury. Like, hey, let me just get this guy healthy. You'll sit out 2 more weeks, and you can come back in week 10. So maybe he doesn't come back until week 10, but if Logan Thomas is on your waiver wire, especially if you have an IR spot open, go grab him. You throw him into your IR spot, and then it still leaves your bench open to grab players or whatever like that. It doesn't hurt you. Like, you literally just slide him right into your IR spot for free.
Slide him in.
And yeah, and I just like what he presents when he can come back. Obviously Ricky Seals-Jones has been a pretty serviceable replacement in the meantime, giving you a safe floor. I mean, Ricky Seals targets in those 3 weeks, 9, 6, and 7. But when Logan Thomas comes back, I'm expecting it to be the Logan Thomas show. I mean, we've seen it when Logan Thomas is there. He's playing like 100% of the snaps. Now that it's Ricky Seals-Jones, he's playing like 100% of the snaps. So when Logan Thomas comes back, I'm expecting Logan Thomas to reclaim that role and play 100% of the snaps. Nothing against Ricky Seals-Jones, but in terms of who's a better tight end or who's a better receiving tight end, it's Logan Thomas, and it's not even close in my opinion. So go out, grab him, throw him on your IR if you can. If not, just stash him.
And so it makes sense too, also to maybe try and trade Ricky Seals-Jones if you can. But you're not going to do it straight up. You're going to have to package, trade, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's go on to Robert Tonyan. Do we want to talk some trash on this guy or what? Because he's very similar to like CJ Uzomah and just if he gets the touchdowns.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was a sit for us, and I guess we missed on that one. But yeah, like I said, the numbers were not trending in the right direction. He had the week 2 matchup against the Lions where he had 50 yards and a touchdown, got you a good game there. But the next 4 games, 4 games after that, he had 10 receiving yards or less. And he's actually had 10 or more receiving yards or less, or 10 receiving yards or less, not more. 10 receiving yards or less. And
or
5,
more or less.
No, yeah, less. So he's had 10 or less.
Yeah. I understand.
In 5 of these 7 games. So, yeah, I get it. He came out. He got you 4 for 63 and a touchdown. And if you started him in a desperation, good for you. But this is another CJ Uzomah, who's your mama thing for me. He's just not consistent. I mean, yeah, he comes out and he gets you 16 this week, but then he's going to come out and get you 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Like those are the other scores or points he's scored on a week-to-week basis, outside of the other 2 games that he's scored a touchdown. So trade him high, sell him high.
Yeah.
Ship him off if you can, because, you're getting MBS back. Alan Lazard's still there. Cobb's there. Aaron Jones didn't really get utilized in the passing game this last week. And obviously it's still the Devante Adams show there for the Green Bay Packers. So, yeah, I'm not buying this at all.
Yeah, I'm good on Robert Tonyan. It doesn't matter the matchup either. It's just because it's like boom bust.
Yeah.
Because the problem is if we tell you to start him, and it's a lose-lose situation with Robert Tonyan. No matter how you start, to start.
I don't like.
You get what I mean? But yeah,
he's not finishing as a top 12 tight end. I'll just tell you that.
You know what it is? I can't confidently say go grab this guy.
Yeah.
So don't touch him. Hey, did you like that video? No, not the one of Big Ben completely eating shit when nobody even touched him. I'm talking about our fantasy football video we just did. You just watched. Well, guess what? That was just a clip from the full audio podcast. So if you want to check out the whole thing, links down below. AVG Fantasy Football Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, all of them. Anywhere you can get audio podcasts, we're there. Go ahead and check it out. And if you don't want to look at your fantasy team to look the way Big Ben does right here, wait for it. Come on, replay. This is your fantasy team. But that won't be your fantasy team if you subscribe to AVG Fantasy Football. So go ahead, subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to the channel and like.